A lot of these players need to look in the mirror. If I'm Bryce, listen, take them fucking jewelry off, throw that shit in your drawer, park that fucking Lambo. You better drive a fucking little bike to fucking school. You need that hunger, that from the bottom hunger. This shit with all this money, he don't give a fuck.
He's scared to get hit. He's shying away from contact. A football player shying away from contact. A football player. A football player shying away from contact. Now he's messed up already. He don't want to get hit. He don't want to get hit. As soon as he sees a guy close to him, 4 yards away, 3 yards away. I want to see you smiling. What? Sit me down. Explain to me what you're smiling about.
You know what time it is.
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So this is the call-in show after the loss to Ohio State. Oh my goodness. This is the call.
I was really bummed. I wanted to go in there, but then I had to record a video because of the Lane Kiffin saga that was going on, so I missed it. Because they ended a little bit earlier than they usually do, I think.
Call-in show. You know, yesterday, a lot of different things, a lot of things to be mad about as a Michigan fan. But just Sharon as a coach and the way he handles this team, it'll drive any fan of any team, it'll drive him crazy.
Okay. So here we go. So my big thing is, like, who are Michigan fans going to turn on first? The coaching staff or the quarterback? And Michigan media as well. So I've done one that they've started to turn on the quarterback a little bit. Doing this one second.
Stuff that's going on right now. Looks like, at this point, it looks like Hausman quit on the team. Samaj quit on the team. That's what it looks like right now. You know, if they don't, and this is part of my problem with Michigan in general. If they don't tell us what's going on, don't get mad at me when I start speculating. They don't tell us what's going on, so I'm gonna speculate.
Oh, Johnny.
Speculate. I don't care what nobody say. Tell me what's going on then. You wanna act like it's a secret society? Well, I'm gonna speculate till you tell me something different. But you know, dumb things. Hausman headbutts the referee, looking like he was trying to show the ref what Ohio State players were doing, like some headbutting, you know, and that was just stupid. Like, yeah, it only cost us 3 points, but it was just dumb. Like, bro, what are you thinking? You've been playing football too long to be doing something stupid like that, bro. That was just stupid. You know what I'm saying? And the game plan, even if Jordan Marshall, let's say Jordan Marshall didn't get hurt or wasn't hurt, that game plan still wasn't going to work because you didn't know what to do with Bryce. And Bryce was he was so uncomfortable. That looked like his first game. That's what it looked.
Look, this is the thing I can appreciate about Johnny. I just recorded another 30 minutes, another podcast, but this right here is maybe, honestly, like, I was looking for other Michigan podcasts, like, do a bunch of them, but I'm sitting here, I'm like, there's not going to be anybody as raw and open about this as Johnny. He's the one that's going to give it how it is.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It looked like his first game like that. Bryce was horrible in that game.
Bingo.
And I don't know, something about him, something about Bryce's his aura, the way he carries himself, it bothers me.
He did have the quote before the game that I saw a lot of Ohio State fans took issue, or not issue with, but like almost puzzled by. Like, is this the Michigan culture? He said, it's Matt Patricia versus me. And it just feels like a very I quarterback. And saying that comment, it's like, dog, like, what? You're going to need your team. You're going to need your coaching staff. It is not Matt Patricia versus you. It is your team, your defense. I mean, your team, your offense in particular, like Chip Lindsey, like it's you guys versus the Ohio State defense. It felt a little weird going in.
and this is just me. I know everybody got their own opinion, but these are things that bug me. You get what I'm saying? I hate smiling. I hate the smiling. I hate the smiling when things are going bad. I hate it.
Yeah.
Early in the season, McCulley's a smiler too. He's always smiling. I hate it. I want to see you focused. When you smiling and when things are going bad, I don't like it, bro. I don't want to see you smiling when things is going bad. I want to see you look angry. I want to see you where it looks like, man, this is bothering me to my soul, to my core. I can't take it. What is to smile about when we're losing?
Hey guys, we're chasing 5K subs and obviously couldn't do it without you. Every like, every comment, everything helps us. So drop a comment and also let me know what other types of content you like, what worked for you, what didn't work for you, because I'm trying to do as many cool creative projects as I possibly can. Bingo. What is there to smile about when we're losing? And also, Johnny, I hope, and obviously I wish I would have been able to talk to him today. I hope he brings up the Cuz kid smiling post-game when talking about standing on the block. I hope he brings that up.
What is to smile about against USC when we're losing? I want to see you smiling. What? Sit me down. Explain to me what you're smiling about. Explain to me what you smiling about, brother, because I want to know so bad. What you smiling about? That you got money? Is that what you smiling about? Oh, okay. That got to be what it is. I guess if I had millions in the bank, I'd be smiling regardless too. But not on the football field. It's a whole different story. That money don't mean nothing on that field.
Yep.
That money don't mean nothing on that field. So certain things like that, it bothers me to my core. You know what I'm saying? But besides things like that, because some stuff that doesn't bother people, that he's smiling, well, that's just him. Okay. Stuff like that, it bothers me. But you weren't going to be able to just run it down their throat like that. You were going to have the play action with it. You were going to have to move the ball through the air somewhat. And the game plan for it was just non-existent, and even the plays that were good, Bryce was so shell-shocked that it didn't matter. Bryce was scared, bro. I don't care what nobody say. That boy's scared to get hit, and I blame that on Sharon Moore.
That's another interesting point, because early in the year we did see a lot of the feeling that I had was that Sharon Moore didn't want him to get hit at all. I don't know if he's scared of getting hit or maybe avoiding getting hit. Maybe his coach has him scared. No, that's a great point. He wasn't scared before, maybe he's scared a little bit now.
I blame that on Sharon Moore. I told people, hey, that boy's scared to get hit, and I blame that on Sharon Moore. I told people all year, oh, we got to protect him. We got to protect him. Johnny. We got to protect him. We don't have a backup quarterback. We don't have a backup. Oh, okay.
We don't have a backup, but our starter is not looking good at all. Goodness.
We don't got a backup. Now he's scared. That boy, he's scared to get hit. I don't care what nobody says. He's scared to get hit. He's shying away from contact. A football player shying away from contact. A football player.
Mm-hmm.
A football player shying away from contact. I got a problem with that. And I don't care what nobody else says about it. Because I told people from the beginning, you can't bubble wrap him. Now he's messed up already. He don't want to get hit. As soon as he sees a guy close to him, 4 yards away, 3 yards away, 6 yards away, terrified. Now,
sorry, y'all. Oh my God. That's real. It's had that boy seeing ghosts, striking a little bit of fear in his heart.
Tell me I'm lying. Please, somebody tell me I'm lying. Please make me believe that this dude ain't terrified out there from what I saw yesterday. I rewatched the game while I was on with TJ because I stepped in on because I got on TJ's show for about an hour, the call-in show, and I was rewatching it while I was on there. And people were saying
that'll be the next one I do. I want to go hear Johnny and TJ together.
Andrew Marsh was double teamed. He was I don't know where people get this crap from. It's like people just make up an excuse to excuse bad coaching or to excuse bad execution. That man wasn't doubled. I watched we didn't run that many pass plays to begin with, but the ones that we did, I don't know if I saw him doubled any. That man wasn't doubled. They just wasn't getting it to him, and they weren't really trying to get him the ball. Because if you call a play and design it for Marsh, 9 times out of 10, Bryce is gonna lock on him and throw it to him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Your best playmakers, you have to find ways to get them the ball.
I think that's the big thing. Obviously, like Andrew Marsh not having any catches is crazy, but the other part of it is like him not having any touches on offense is crazy. Like him not having any targets. Like Andrew Marsh is a good enough player. He's probably your best healthy player. That honestly, like make Ohio State's job a little bit difficult. Like give an end around. Like use some misdirection. Like do something to get Andrew Marsh the ball, and also like do something to get Bryce Underwood an easy completion, so maybe he has more than 60 yards, but. I mean, Johnny's point, maybe I'll have to see the all-22 when Zach breaks it down, but like too shell-shocked to do anything, maybe?
It's inexcusable. Hell, I would have loved to at least seen him get a jet sweep or something. Let this man touch the ball, our best receiver, and you're not even scheming up a way for him to touch the ball. That staff got masterclass. Once Jordan Marshall, they were hoping that Jordan Marshall would be able to be 100% and that maybe we could just run it down their throat, which I don't even think that would have worked if he was 100%, because if you can't throw the ball and your quarterback is terrified, they're going. One thing you can say a lot of things about Ohio.
I always say this, like the cool thing about college football and like the individual media pockets is that like nobody knows their team, I guess, like the ins and outs dynamic wise, like and like feel wise as like the fan base, like the initial media. And I'll always say that about Ohio State. Like no one else outside Ohio State media like has as good of a grasp on the Ohio State team as like I do. And like that's natural, I think. But I think it more so happens when you can tell a guy maybe doesn't seem right or doesn't feel right. I think is where it kind of manifests itself. Like, look, Johnny watches more Michigan than anybody I know. And is like a Michigan historian. Obviously, like he was on our channel and we chopped it about the game. But him like noticing like Bryce Underwood's aura is not right, or like Bryce Underwood didn't feel right, is definitely like of note. And like, was he seeing ghosts? Was he terrified? Because I thought like if Bryce Underwood was going to play a bad game, which I think he did, I thought if Bryce Underwood was going to play a bad game, it was going to be because he was playing too much hero ball. This wasn't that. This felt like almost like the entire Michigan staff was playing in hopes they didn't get blown out, or in hopes that Ohio State makes a mistake, is like my general theory.
Ohio State. But their coaches aren't stupid. They're going to adjust to the run, and they're just going to start firing. They're going to start triggering when they see run action. That's what they're going to do. They're not stupid. So thinking you're just going to be able to run it down their throat every time, that was just a horrible game plan. I don't care what anybody says. Even if Jordan Marshall is healthy, he wasn't going to make it through the game. He wasn't going to make it through the game. You get what I'm saying? So second half, Ohio State did whatever they wanted to do, and they had and Michigan could do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I said this in my pregame analysis. If we can't get a pass rush, it's probably going to end up bad for us. Wink, no twist, no stunts. No twist, no stunts. Not really trying to blitz off the edge. That was your best chance to get to them. It was off the edge blitzing if you were going to blitz. But you also needed to do twists and stunts. Didn't see it. Wink, defensive line coach, y'all can go. You can go.
We have our first done with Wink. Is that what we're doing? Have we fired Wink yet?
Also needed to do twists and stunts. Didn't see it. Wink, defensive line coach, y'all can go. You can go. I'll holler. You can go. You can go. You do too much. Wink does too much flip-flopping of players. Rotation. What's the rotation? Nobody knows. They'll flip flop dudes in that have never played. You'll watch a Michigan. If you watch Michigan this year, you'll see players on defense that you've never heard of. When you watch almost every game, you'll be like, who is that?
That's how I felt. That's how I used to feel seeing David Adolph go into the game. But now I know when David Adolph goes into the game, that's the same thing as like Jim Tressel ringing the victory bell before the game. That's the same thing as victory formation. Shout out David Adolph.
What the hell is he doing in the first quarter?
Also, bro, why are we rectangle? I like it side to side.
Is somebody hurt? No, we're just flip flopping guys. We're just trying some stuff against good teams. They don't do it against they do it against the Cupcakes, and then they'll do it against Ohio State. They'll do it against Oklahoma. They don't care. We're just trying things. It's not smart. It's bad coaching. There's a reason other teams don't do that. They might do it against Cupcakes, but against real competition, they're not doing that. You keep your best players on the field, and you have a depth chart for a reason. There's a reason a depth chart exists. So Wink can go. I don't know what he's doing. Some of the stuff that he does, I have no idea. You can go. Like I ain't got the energy for it. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna drop the link, and then we're gonna get it going.
Shout out to Johnny. So he does his opening monologue, and then he'll open up the show to other people. I don't know why he's doing this mode though. I prefer the long mode. I feel like there's so much. I don't know. Like in post production, should I like cut some of this out and put some of my gameplay from Bloom Tower Defense on the screen?
They've got to figure out what's going on, and they better get Bryce the best. I'm talking about the best, a proven, very good quarterback coach, and they better. If you ain't got him right now, you better be looking for him. Because if not, y'all gonna ruin this kid. I hate to say it as a Michigan fan. I'm gonna keep it 100.
What Bryce Underwood should do is leave. It's time to leave. In the portal era, you can leave. Michigan does not have the infrastructure. They do not have the receipt. Well, no, they might have the receivers, but they don't have the infrastructure, and they don't have the head coach that's going to allow you to flourish as much as you need to be. Don't believe in offensive line coaches for quarterbacks. I don't believe in it because you just want to run the ball. You want to clam up and run the ball.
If they don't get a quarterback coach in there, and Sharon, you step away. Sharon, you use your spread and smash. You just sit over there. You let Chip Lindsey do his job. Because I think that game plan was more Sharon.
Okay, that's a really good point, and I've kind of said this on a couple other times. Like I know I'm expecting a lot of Michigan media, especially the mainstream media, to like turn on Chip Lindsey before they turn on Sharon Moore. But this game had Sharon Moore written all over it, because this is kind of what he does. I mean, and sometimes it worked. Like the Penn State game was like the iconic time it worked, where they just ran the ball the entire second half, didn't pass a single time. But it's like you can't pay somebody $12 million just to do that. In fact, if you live in a school zone, don't buy the drag car. It's just going to sit in your garage. It's going to rot over time.
You hire the offensive coordinator. Let him do his job. You're not Jim Harbaugh. You ain't got that. You ain't got that type of resume for me to just say you can have it. You know what I'm saying? So let him do his job. You hired him. Let him do his job. Because I don't think that was a Chip Lindsey game plan. That was a Sharon Moore game plan. We've seen it before. We've seen that type of game plan before Chip Lindsey. So I'm not going to say that's a Chip Lindsey game plan. That's a Sharon Moore game plan.
Like Chip Lindsey, didn't he come from working with Drake May?
But if they don't get a quarterback coach, a really good one, they're going to ruin this kid. They're going to ruin him. Because from the first game to now, he regressed as a player. As the season goes on, you should get better with your pocket presence, your feel for the game. It's non-existent. It's scary because it's non-existent. That scares me. You know what I'm saying? And I posted some of my stuff on Twitter, and somebody says, well, Bryce can't trust his offensive line. He's been hit all year. No, he hasn't. That's false. Bryce hasn't been hit like that all year. Most of his, I don't think I've seen him take a hard hit in the pocket all year. Most of his sacks are somebody grabbing him when he's trying to escape, and they kind of muscle him down. He ain't been popped like that in the pocket. Stop. If you got excuse.
Uh-oh. Start the narrative, because you know who's been popped in the pocket and stood in there and delivered a strike? Julian.
Excuse time is over. See, I don't care. I'm different. I don't care.
Bingo.
I don't want to hear these excuses. Oh, he's young. The offensive line, that offensive line ain't that bad. Stop. It's on him and his coaches. Talking about like he's sitting behind the offensive line like Devin Gardner had. That offensive line ain't that. Now, if he had a Devin Gardner offensive line, then you got a point. That boy ain't been hit like that. He just regressing. Want to hear no excuses for somebody not getting better? That's on Bryce and that's on the coaches. End of story. So I'm letting them have it. All that sunshine pumping. I'm not a sunshine pumper anyway, but I'm gonna keep it real on what I saw. The year is basically over. So I'm gonna keep it real. Next year, I don't care what nobody else says. Next year, that schedule is brutal. It might not be brutal for Ohio State, but for the way Michigan has been playing the last 2 years, that's a brutal schedule for us. I don't care what nobody say. As much and quiet as kept, we're losing a bunch of talent on defense. So people thinking that schedule that next year isn't brutal. Yeah, it's not brutal for Georgia. It's not brutal for Ohio State. It's brutal for us at this point with Sharon Moore. It might not have been brutal with Jim Harbaugh, but with Sharon Moore next year, that schedule, that's brutal.
I don't even know what their schedule is next year, actually. Let me look. Schedule. Michigan football schedule 2026. They've got. All right, is this right? 2026, Western Michigan. They've got Western Michigan, Oklahoma, UTEP. So potential to be 3-0 there, but also could be 2-1. They've got Indiana. Look, I think Indiana's becoming the class of the Big Ten. Iowa, that's going to be a tougher game. Michigan State, I think that should be projected as a win for Michigan. But Pat Fitzgerald there, so you never know. Could end up being tougher than usual. Penn State, I think they're going to be on free fall. Probably pencil that in as a win. UCLA, Minnesota, Oregon, Ohio State. Okay, so this is like tough-ish. I mean, there we go. That's a Big Ten schedule. The Big Ten's hard. That's what that is.
It's a brutal schedule for us. Hate to break it to some of y'all. Hate to break it to you. That's a fact. So I'm about to drop the link. Don't forget, this is $50 for the second hour to come. YouTube or StreamYard has a thing where you can do two lives. One of them's in portrait mode for like the people on their phone, and there's another one in landscape. That's the regular.
Oh. 17 minutes in? I didn't realize you did two. Oh. Look at that.
The king in the north.
Y'all. So forget.
That's way better.
But
that's way better.
We'll drop the link. I'll do two people on their phone, portrait, one's in landscape. So if you're in the portrait one, you have to switch to the landscape. If you don't like the portrait. What up, Ben?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, I wanted to touch on, Do on Twitter? You know what I'm talking about?
Who?
Do, DUE on Twitter?
No.
Oh, he's a Michigan guy. He like goes over plays after the game. So you're 100% right. They was not doubling Marsh. A specific third down play where Bryce is he's looking to his left and he's just staying there the whole time, and then he bails too early out of the pocket. If he just stays in the pocket for a second more, Marsh is wide open for down the seam. Wide open down the seam. And he has, I think, a tight end coming open across the middle as well. That was happening all game. And if you look at his movement and his pocket presence and his feet, especially early in the season, it was much more calm. It's regressed. He's panicky now. He just panics. So, yeah, he's regressed 100%. There's no doubt about it. I think the plays were there to be made. And this is what I'll say. I think the worst.
I can't wait to see what this dude says, man.
Part of the team yesterday was Bryce. 100%. He was also on the 5-yard loss to Kuzal. that was a QB power read. If he keeps that, he has a huge hole in the middle. On the QB power on I think on the second field goal, he rushes it, was patient with it. He would hit the correct hole. If you look at what he did, he wasn't patient and he tried to bounce it to the outside instead of going where the play's designed and following his blockers. So it wasn't just that he was panicking in the pocket and he was missing reads in the pass game. He was missing reads in the run game, and he was not diagnosing where the hole's supposed to go when they called QB runs as well. He was just terrible yesterday.
Yeah, and they didn't call many runs for him, and that's why I don't like some people like the RPO. I don't like it. I don't like it. The most I want in the decision is read. I don't like the RPO. I don't like it. He's not ready for it.
Oh, 100%. One more thing I wanted to say. One thing that I loved about JJ is when the team was losing or they lost, he looked like his heart was broken. He looked like he couldn't wait to get back. No, you saw on his face how devastated he was. I see Bryce. It looks like he can't wait to party up or go to a party or something. Like he doesn't even look fazed by what's going on in terms of losing, and that bothers me that it doesn't affect him the way a lot of the greats. It affects a lot of the greats. Like,
the turnaround Bryce Underwood saga is one that I'm going to be following this off season. And look, that's what losing to it. Look what Matt Patricia's done for us. Look what he's done for us.
I said with JJ looked like he literally like lost somebody when he was losing or our game was lost. And that's the mentality I want to see in the quarterback. I want to see you. I want to see like it matters. I want to know that it matters to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hate to lose. I don't care if it's Madden. I don't care if it's a pickup game in the street. I don't care if it's 21.
Okay, that makes me feel better that I missed it because he said he's not taking any Ohio State fans calls today, which is fine. That's good.
I hate to lose, bro. What if I'm losing? I'm not smiling. I'm boiling inside. I can't smile. So it bothers me to see, and that's how most athletes are. So it bothers me to see him smiling and so lackadaisical about it, you know.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I got so far. You could let other people talk, man. But I think that's the main point for me is I just think Bryce Underwood was he's regressing. He just was terrible. Not just his attitude, but just everything about Bryce Underwood yesterday was just atrocious. I don't care. I need to stop hearing, oh, he's 18 years old. Nah, we ain't doing that. He was
So when y'all Michigan fans come over here and comment on my stuff, just know that some of y'all feel the same way as you should. I mean, at this point of the year, you're basically a sophomore. Why are you so bad? You told everybody in the world, no one's seen a freshman like you. I mean, I'm just saying.
And he was talking all that shit in the offseason. You got to back it up, buddy. You got to back it up. You're the number one player. It's the end of the season. You've gotten your feet wet enough. We 12 games into the shit, bro. Back up your shit talk.
That's a fact. Yo, what y'all got? What's going on, Dom, West Quad, Ronnie, Cam?
Hey, Johnny.
What up, Dope?
You guys can go over schemes and whatever. The bottom line is the loss of Ben Herbert has destroyed the mental and physical toughness of this team.
It's so dramatic. I love it. The loss of Ben Herbert has destroyed any shot the University of Michigan had moving forward. It's over. They're mentally weak. They're mentally slow. They'll never get over it. Ohio State's lucky that Ben Herbert's not there anymore because Ben Herbert had their program in a chokehold.
You don't believe me? Go on YouTube and watch some of Ben Herbert's footage when he was at Michigan. A substantial loss, and Moore, Wink, and Lindsey, they could have whatever concept they want, but if the players are not capable of running the schemes that they want, that's what you have. We've been
All right, so at this point, we are now like out on a couple of coaches. That's fine. But now Dom is saying, no. We could have Bill Belichick here. We could have Urban Meyer, Bill Belichick, Nick Saban, Pete Carroll, all in their prime on the same staff. But if Ben Herbert's not here to make sure the players are capable, we'll never win again.
Inconsistent all year. In the schemes, they could have whatever concept they want, but if the players are not capable of running the schemes that they want, that's what you have. But if the players,
you know what? Maybe this is good. I hope that they all agree with him because this would then mean that Ohio State fans get to do the thing, which we already should do. We already should do it. He's saying they're soft. Said they got a guy pushing pillows over there. They got a pillow puncher as their new strength and conditioning coordinator. They're not capable physically of beating Ohio State. They're not strong enough. They're not tough enough. They don't have enough grit. They don't lift enough weights. They don't. They're soft. Dom, tell us. In fact, this is great. Dom, tell us about how soft Michigan is. Tell us.
Not capable, and Lindsey, they could have whatever concept they want, but if the players are not capable of running the schemes that they want, that's what you have. We've been inconsistent all year.
Yes.
The headbutting yesterday by Barham is a key example of just the undisciplined play we've had all year. You said it yourself, Johnny. These guys look lean. They're not bulked. And again, it all goes down to Ben Herbert, who wanted to stay. He wanted a 10-year contract. And our buddy Ward Manuel wouldn't give it to him. So he left. He went to
I love it. We're now pivoting. This is not on my bingo card. We've now pivoted to blaming the loss on Ward Manuel.
California, but he has kids. He wanted to stay in Ann Arbor. Substantial loss. And what Jerome Moore needs to do is pick up the phone and call Ben Herbert. If he don't want to come back, then who does he recommend? Because Tress, it just shows in the injuries we had this year. Last thing, Ben Herbert, his focus for football players is the neck, the traps, the shoulder, the hip girdle, and ankles, hamstrings. And you could just go through those parts of the body, and the number of injuries that we experienced this year is a telltale sign that we had lacked focus and strength, conditioning, and nutrition. And if that doesn't change, then nothing else matters. Nothing. And if Tress isn't fired, I'm not tuning into this stuff next year. It was hard to watch all year, 2 years in a row. So went through that with
There's my dog. All right, so we're now at the point. This is the part of the show where we talk about Michigan does not have big enough traps to beat Ohio State. I love that. And my guy Maniac just popped up. I need his best performance. I told them all I was doing this. I told him I was clipping it up. I told him it was coming. So I need everybody's best performance. Let's all get in line and scene.
Rodriguez and went through that with Oak. I'm not going to do it again. We don't get a new strength.
All right, I was about to say. I want to see Maniac's face, right? I want to see it. I got my cup here. I'm ready. I'm ready for the tears to come on over. I don't know where to put myself on screen. Maybe I'll just do like this. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this.
Conditioning coach, there's not going to be any changes. And that's what needs to be addressed over everything.
What a pick. Oh, he's hot. He's hot. I wish they would turn their cameras on. I want to evaluate their faces too. Oh, Maniac. Oh, not Maniac. That's my dog.
Yeah, I agree. Can I go next?
Go ahead.
So, here's the thing. Did Bryce Underwood have a bad game yesterday? Absolutely. He had probably.
Okay, here we go. Now, are we going to see a civil war? Is this our first Bryce Underwood defender of the day? So up here, he's got a lot to say about Bryce Underwood. Fair. He played like shit. He should get some criticism. Our guy Ben criticized him as well, but also criticized some stuff above the neck that he didn't like about him. Dom wouldn't go Underwood, wouldn't go players. It's Ben Herbert's fault. Ronnie opened up with, I know Bryce Underwood had a bad game, but so my belief is, my thought is, okay, we're going to blame Chip Lindsey. That's going to be the first thing. We're going to blame Chip Lindsey and Chip Lindsey and the receivers. We're going to do that.
Well, I wouldn't say his worst game. I think his worst game was what game was that? The USC game. Yeah, I think that was the worst game. But did he have a bad game? Sure. But as I said on this panel before, I'm never going to be mad at a true freshman playing like a true freshman. I won't tolerate it from a junior or a redshirt senior or something like that. But a freshman being a freshman, okay, I don't like it, but it happens. However,
what about the part where he told us he's unlike any freshman he's ever seen before, and the part where he's not actually developing over the year, he's regressing during the single season?
He's going to take on the culture of his coach, and his coach calls the game like a bitch. I'm not going to lie to you. Sharon, that was a Sharon Moore game plan, and I've never liked Sharon Moore as an offensive coordinator. Loved him as a tight end coach. Loved him as an offensive line coach. As an offensive coordinator, I wasn't really high on him because when he when things get tough, he shells up and he thinks a halfback dive is the best way to get around his problems. He doesn't have any creativity. So you were running, and Jordan Marshall was running well, and I fathomed to wonder how that game would have went had he not relocated. I mean, not dislocated, but like re-injured his shoulder. I wonder how that game would have went because he was running very well. But the part of
We would have busted your ass with or without him.
that is you're running both your running backs into the ground. Now we need them in the end of the year. What do we got? We have a true freshman quarterback who was scared to death yesterday, wasn't making the right reads, and was just nervous. Okay, so there's no adjustments coming from Sharon Moore. And I'm not one of those guys that say fire Sharon Moore. I think
Hey, you can't adjust. You can't. Here's the thing, though. How are you going to adjust when your quarterback is playing like ass and can't read the field? What are you adjusting to?
I get
Exactly.
it, but like
There's nothing to adjust to.
Okay, let me go. I give you your time back. There is an adjustment period when it comes to find things that he does well. Bryce Underwood is a spread quarterback. You need to spread these guys out. We didn't have Herbert. I'm not Herbert. We didn't have what's his name? Max Bredesen yesterday. So
why did he move to the darkest part of the house?
You don't have a fullback. Why are we still using a fullback? The fullback is listen, I love Max Bredesen. He's a good culture guy. He's going to get you the right blocks and everything, but he's not an offensive weapon. He's taking up space. Use that spot right there to put in another receiver, spread them out so he can actually see the field. I think he'll be better as a spread concept instead of with the system they're running right now. It's kind of archaic.
Yeah, here's my thing. I think you could have ran spread. He's not seeing the field and he's panicking in the pocket. I don't care what you were going to run. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Well, here's the thing. He was not ready. Should Bryce Underwood be starting this year? Absolutely not. You should not be starting a true freshman. But you want to know who fault that is? Well, a lot of people like to say, oh, it was such a genius. They think it's a flex when they say, well, he ran 24, 25 straight times against Penn State. That lost us a lot of quarterback recruits. Dante Moore looked at that and said, fuck no, I'm not coming out the mission.
Mentioning that game, but I mean, I guess, and here's the thing, like, I don't think, there's just a belief that Michigan fans have, I think, that they're going to be able to add receivers in the portal, and my stance is, no, they're not. Like, receivers are not going to look at this and be like, oh, yeah, let's get it going. Unless you, like, drastically overpay, then you look a little bit desperate. And also, portal receivers, we've seen Penn State maybe die by this last year.
Because when Sharon Moore can't run the ball, he has no plan.
Yeah, I'm like, people.
He has no answer.
Hold on. People like to use that as a flex, saying like Penn State. Well, we ran on Penn State; they couldn't do anything with us.
This is wild, right? Because like for years, Michigan people have said that they're the tougher team. They can run the ball. Like that's a big thing. And now last year, Ohio State, Ryan Day tried to prove a point and try to win toughness, try to earn the toughness thing back. Didn't work. Use your greatest advantage. That's throwing the football. Now, this year, we were able to win kind of in that tough style. Now, these Michigan fans that are watching us go over the top on them and, like, seeing how our quarterback play has been compared to Bryce Underwood, they're saying the worst thing to happen to this team was him running the ball 20-plus times in a row against Penn State. And that's not the flex you'd think it was because really, like, yeah, great, we did it, but that just lends itself to archaic football.
We were punting the ball a lot, and that don't do nothing for quarterback recruits. That was a nationally syndicated game. You can't be handing the ball off 30-something times with quarterback recruits looking at us for a potential fucking landing point. That lost us. That set us back because now the Carr kid went to Notre Dame and Dante Moore went to Oregon.
So we got an adversary here. He's saying that Penn State win, the way they won that game, set them back. Maniac's taking issue with it because their whole thing has been toughness, trenches, punch, beat them down.
So with the
that was it. No, first of all, look, at the end of the day, I respect everyone's opinion. But that move Sharon did for that game was Barnhart couldn't block for the life of him in that game. JJ would have been out for the season if he would have kept passing. He was running for his life every play, bro. Like, he knew he had a generational defense, he had an elite O-line, and he had an elite running back. Why not lean on your strength? You lean on your strength, my brother. That has nothing to do with quarterback. As a coach, you have to know, bro. And then JJ gets killed. No, hold on. JJ got hurt actually. Ankle got hurt that game. So let's drop him back 30, 40 times and get hurt and then call Sharon Moore an idiot for letting him pass the ball. You guys can't have it both ways. Michigan won that game. So it don't matter.
They won that game. It don't
Let me
matter.
explain it though, Maniac. Okay, I get
He
that.
did what he had to do.
However, here's
He
the
called the
thing.
game like he had to call the
Hold on.
game.
Exactly. He called it the way. Was he all right? Did he call that against Ohio State? Did he have that same game plan against Ohio State 2 weeks later? Exactly. You see, so let's stop it, bro. Let's stop. Look, we know right now. Look.
You know, usually when I get in on here, it's like Michigan versus Ohio State fans. Like I like when it's Michigan versus Michigan. That's my favorite. That is like, you know, a hate watch is like a 5-course meal, right? And it's even better when you beat the team that you hate, because you get to then watch their silly little preview shows and laugh about it, right? And then, you know, you get to go on their show. I mean, I get to go on their shows and talk with them and you know, and debate and say, look, like, I like our run game. I like us. I like our trenches. I like us. And then you come back and you revisit it and it's like, all right, now they're having their own civil war. Now in the same breath, like, I've been on the other side of the Civil War. It's been ugly for Ohio State. I mean, it was ugly last year after we lost to Michigan.
Let's call it like it is. Jerome next year, it's his year. He better figure it out next year. We definitely not taking 9-3. I don't care about the schedule, how brutal it is. Everybody said Bryce is young. This is the youngest team in the Big Ten. All right, cool. I'm glad y'all saying that. So next year, there's no excuses now. So if we don't make the playoffs next year with what we got, I'm pretty sure the donors are going to get him up out of there. But what I will do, I'll say, Sharon, what do you need for this offseason?
If they do get rid of him next year, it would legitimately be the worst possible climate to fire a head coach in. We saw Penn State free fall. It's a horrible climate. All the guys that are B coaches getting extensions, no one's leaving. It is legitimately the worst climate imaginable for a head coach to get fired.
I mean, we're going to get it for you. We're going to get it for you. If you don't do nothing next year, you got to go, brother. And it is, people could say what they want, and they could cry and say that. I don't want him fired neither. But, guys, this is not the yesteryears where you would give a coach 4 or 5 years to turn up. That's not happening no more. I'm sorry. So he got one
Their
more
offense
year.
cannot look the same. Their offense cannot look the same 3 years in a row.
Correct.
Do you
Correct.
have any
I
faith that
agree.
he's going to change that, though? I don't have any faith. He had a, listen, I get it.
If he don't change, he will be gone.
Chip Lindsey is trying to run his system. People hate Chip. I don't dislike Chip like that because his system is more so throwing to the running backs in the flat. When he had that kid in Carolina, I forgot the kid's name, the running back in Carolina, but that was one of their big staples in that offense. So he's just running his offense.
Hampton.
He can't help that he's throwing to
Marion Hampton, I think.
The flat. But yeah, Bryce, bro, I felt like I was watching Cade McNamara yesterday. It's 3rd and 13. What the fuck are you throwing to a flat? Like, where was he going to go? How is that going to help us on 3rd and 13?
No,
and it wasn't
actually,
a pass rush on a lot of those check downs.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, on most of those checkdowns, he would have had a 3rd down conversion if he just waits. If he just waits a second or two, you got Marsh coming open, you got McCauley coming open. He just wasn't ready. That's what I'm trying to say. There was no adjustment to be made in that game because the quarterback was not ready.
I get it.
You got to be aggressive. We weren't aggressive passing the ball. Look, you at home. You ain't got nothing to lose. Throw that shit up. We did it one time. There was a pass interference on Matthews on one of those plays, but we wasn't aggressive enough. I mean, the coaching staff failed this team. A lot of these players need to look in the mirror. If I'm Bryce, listen, take them fucking jewelry off. Throw that shit in your drawer. Fuck that fucking Lambo. You better drive a fucking little bike to fucking school. You need that hunger, that from the bottom hunger. Because this shit with all this money, he don't give a fuck. He can't have that, bro.
Yeah,
because he need to look in the mirror, bro.
I get that, Maniac.
And
But
coaching staff as well.
Guess what, Maniac? Guess what?
It's happening. We are witnessing a potential great divide in the Michigan fan base. That's what this rivalry does. That's why this rivalry is so incredible, because you get moments that cause like legit, civil war potential within the fan base. And that's what this is. We are going to see people start to splinter off. It's going to be, is it the coaching's fault? Is it the play caller's fault? Is it the team's fault? Like, whose fault is it? And it's going to boil down to Bryce Underwood or the coaching staff. And, people love people love it.
A lot of these players need to look in the mirror. If I'm Bryce, listen, take them fucking jewelry off. Throw that shit in your drawer. Fuck that fucking Lambo. You better drive a fucking little bike to fucking school. You need that hunger, that from the bottom hunger. Cause this shit with all this money, he don't give a fuck.
I get it. I get that,
They
Maniac.
can't have that, bro.
Yeah,
Because
Maniac. I
he
get
need to
that.
look in the mirror, bro.
I
They
get
got
that, Maniac.
and
But guess what?
coaching staff as well.
Guess what, Maniac? Guess what? We made our bed because if we have to go with him now. Because if we don't go with him, who else do we got? If he says, look, hold on. If he says, you know what, Lane Kiffin's going to LSU, Jackson Dart turned to a damn near first round pick. I think I'm better than Jackson Dart. I can go out there and get real quarterback coaching from a real offensive mind.
I would have
You know what do we got? If he we have to go with him now because guess what, Maniac? Guess what? We made our bed because if we have to go with him now because if we don't go with him, who else do we got? If he
We have to go with Underwood. That's funny because here we go. He missed Maniac's entire point. Maniac's point was he wants Bryce to care more, and Bryce is not above the program because he's rich. That was Maniac's point that I perceived it as. Bryce Underwood can decide to go no matter what happens. Now, Maniac's not recommending bench him. He's just saying he's not good enough right now. And if you put one kid above the program's cooked anyway.
If he says, you know what, Lane Kiffin's going to LSU, Jackson Dart turned to a damn near first round pick. I think I'm better than Jackson Dart. I can go out there and get real quarterback coaching from a real offensive mind. Do you really want that?
No, you're right. But you got.
We don't want it, but we can't blame him if he was to do it.
Hey, the first thing I'm doing.
You can't blame him, and that can't be a reason that you're not coaching him super, super hard. That's why, like, the big thing has to be, the currency has to be go where you want to go and get kids who you want so you can coach them hard instead of having to pay them all this money and then feel like you got to, tiptoe around it because they could leave. Because Underwood to LSU could be a thing, especially with Lane going there. Like, that might be an ideal destination. My hot take for the year was, 1 year at Michigan, then I'm going.
Doing as Jerome Moore's, I'm hiring a QB. I'm hiring a new QB coach. That's the first thing I'm doing. Is hiring a new QB coach, bro. Because you need to iron out his deficiencies. You need to polish what he does good, and because here's one thing that I've always been envious of Ryan Day teams is matter who. Because here's one thing.
Shut up, my guy Don.
Thing that I've always been envious of Ryan Day teams is no matter who the quarterback is, he got those quarterbacks ready to go. He got their pocket presence. They don't panic. They stand tall in the pocket. They know how to move in the pocket. He has them ready to go. So we need to get somebody that gets our quarterbacks ready to go. And that's just the bottom line. Because once again, people are saying, well, we didn't take shots or nothing. Guess what, guys? The shots were there. The seam was open all game. He just wasn't seeing it. So
they were open, but like on first and second down, why you keep running a walk-on running back up the middle, bro?
I agree with that too. The bottom line is, everything was bad offensively, but it's worse when your quarterback can't read the field. It literally takes away 50% of the playbook because your quarterback can't read the field.
Yeah, that's one of Bryce's biggest problems. We can all agree on. Regardless about Bryce does not see the field good, bro. Those are facts. He had a lot of touchdowns in other games that he missed. That has to change, bro. Elite quarterbacks see the whole field. They know pretty much where everyone's at. That's something he's gonna have to work on. Like you said, Ben, get a quarterback coach to help him with that. We need somebody elite. Michigan gonna have to throw the bag this offseason to get the right coaching staff in, man. Because
we also need to start running our best players into the ground before we get to the second half of the season.
Yeah.
We don't went through 2 running backs.
Right.
Use your other fucking players.
Bro, no, they was doing good.
Right.
The point is the physicality of our team, bro. It's fucking soft.
No, you know what really happened, guys?
Yes.
Sharon Moore, he tried to prove a point. He won the game throwing for 62 yards last year, so he tried to do it again this year.
I hate you, maniac.
It just didn't work. I'm just trolling. You know what the other fan base, what the other fan base does. They
and I'm gonna say one more thing. I'm gonna say one more thing with Sharon Moore that pisses me off about him, bro. I'm sick of this coach speak shit every time he gets to the fucking podium. You are not good enough of a coach to be talking in circles about coach speak. You need to be pissed in these players' face.
I want to hear Maniac and Johnny talk about the head button, man. And I want to hear about the Jeremiah Smith play. That's really what I'm staying for. Once they start talking about Jeremiah Smith and that touchback, then that's what I think my limit is.
Stop trying to be their friend. Go to him and yank him off the sideline. I don't care if you got to be Bobby Knight. I don't care what you got to do, bro. But you need to tell them this is unacceptable. Because every time I look at you, you got a stupid little look in your face like you confused. You still don't know time management. I don't know what the fuck
Oh,
caused you to
that's such a good point.
Timeout at 2:04.
Bro, that was the dumbest timeout I've ever seen. Why are you taking a timeout with 3 seconds before the 2 minutes? What the fuck are you doing, bro?
Just straight stupidity. You're not good. You're not good enough of a coach.
Johnny, have you talked about that? That might be the all-time dumbest timeout I've ever seen.
Yeah, you're not good enough to have coach speak because you make stupid decisions every week. So I don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
I agree.
Johnny, have you given your thoughts on that timeout he took 3 seconds before the 2-minute warning?
No, I didn't speak on it. That's Sharon. He's been doing
this.
That's
Sharon. Thank you.
That's just him.
Bro, think about this sequence, guys. He takes a timeout with 3 seconds to the 2-minute warning. So now he only has one timeout. And then he doesn't even fucking use the final timeout he has until he lets the clock go all the way down to 19 seconds. What the fuck was the point?
Didn't even use it, bro.
There was no point.
And he don't even have a
He been doing that since last year.
Yes, last year. Thank you.
It's the same shit. It's a recurring issue with Sharon Moore. And that's why I said next year is his last year. Next year, that's it. That's all he got. Ain't no 4 years, bro.
Well, Tress got to go. Tress got to go. If he relies on Tress, we're done. And Harbaugh didn't turn it around till Herbert got there in 2018, and then he made the decision to get rid of Don Brown. Thank God.
Yeah.
Right.
We got in McDonald, then Minter, and then until we get the strength and conditioning fixed, nothing else matters. Period.
Yeah. No, and plus also, that Jay Sean headbutt on the ref was super uncalled for. But Johnny, I just sent you in the chat the video, the OSU O-lineman, he headbutted Pierce in his private part. Again, what Jay Sean did was still uncalled for. There's no justification to that. But OSU fans, let's stop acting like y'all was playing clean and y'all all class. Calm the fuck down, please.
We weren't playing clean. It's a rivalry, Penn. It is what it is. But it's funny. Maniac was actually harder on Jay Sean than the head coach was, because the head coach tried to blame it on the ref. At least Maniac explained that maybe he was trying to show him what he did. But look, Maniac be harder on the player than the coach. And the coach lied about it for no reason. You know how they do though, little liars.
Because y'all initiated a lot
of
shit.
Taking off his helmet just exemplified what it is in terms of the Ohio State culture.
He was wrong. He should have
helmet just exemplified.
Oh, Don, give me a break. Igbenogson taking off his helmet exemplified what the Ohio State culture is. Dog, Michigan players cried after every single play. And then after the game, they sat on the 50 because they wanted to fight about it. After the whole thing last year was like, oh, no, fight on the football field is what y'all were saying. We beat that ass. Oh, my God. We beat you guys. Igbenogson took his helmet off. Awesome, cool, whatever. But that exemplifies the Ohio State culture. The Ohio State culture is they won the game, and they could have got real disrespectful against you guys, and they didn't because the coaching staff wouldn't allow it. That's culture. And then the second part of it is, all you guys wanted to do was defend the block M. How about somebody defend the end zone? Defend the end zone, not the block M. Or maybe get in the end zone instead of getting in the block M.
What it is in terms of the Ohio State culture.
He was wrong. He should have left it. And it's true.
No class? Give me a fucking break, Dom. Fucking ridiculous. The most hypocritical, and this is it. And this is it. And it's not all Michigan fans, but Michigan fans like that are the most hypocritical fan base I've ever seen. To say no class after the shit that they pulled last year, give me a fucking break. He wasn't saying this shit about Mason Graham. I'm sure of it.
Said that. Jerome Moore should have fucking grabbed him and sat his ass on the fucking bench and chewed his ass out. Don't fucking do that.
Like how are you? I'm just still stuck on. No, I'm talking about the Ohio State culture. When you had a player headbutt a ref, you want to talk about the Ohio State culture? Give me a fucking break, dude.
Control your emotions. See, that was something Michigan did in that 4-game winning streak. Control their emotions. Yep. It was OSU desperate. It was OSU making the mental mistakes. Yesterday, it all came full circle, man. We was there for one half. Once the second half came, they punched us in the mouth, and we couldn't recover. That's it. It is what it is. Shouts to them. Can't say nothing from OSU. They a hell of a team. They got a hell of a defense. And to me personally, I will be shocked if they don't win the national championship. Me.
That's real. Let's go, Maniac. You know ball.
That's me personally. I don't know how anybody else feels. They could be beaten. Anybody could be beaten. But that defense is elite, bro. They're going to give you opportunities. If you don't take advantage, Michigan should have been up 14-zip. Right off the game. 14-zip. But we caught 2 field goals. We ain't going to beat Ohio State hitting field goals.
Like,
Maniac.
I'm scared to throw the ball.
Jair Hill finally caught one. We can't even score.
My bad. Let me say this, and I'm gonna let whoever was talking go on ahead and go. When we didn't get at least 1 touchdown on those first 2 trips, it was a wrap. We really needed 2 touchdowns, but when we just got 2 field goals. It was a wrap for us.
Yeah,
in the first.
And you got and listen, and I respect it. See, he wasn't playing 4th and 5, guys. You know where that ball's going. If you're gonna die on 4th down, your best player is not gonna kill me. And we let the best player kill us. Now we can say it was a touchback. I don't want to hear that. I'm not with the what ifs. I'm not with me. I'm not. That's it. He should have never even caught the ball. You should have had 2 people on him.
Exactly.
Safety over the top.
Oh, wait.
Guys, you know where that ball's going. If you're gonna die and play 4 and
2 touchdowns, but when we just got 2 field goals. It was a wrap for us.
Yeah,
in the first.
And you got.
This is what I signed up for. This is what I'm here for.
So, and listen, and I respect it. See, he wasn't playing 4th and 5. Guys, you know where that ball is going. If you're going to die on 4th down, your best player is not going to kill me. And we let the best player kill us. Now we can say it was a touchback. I don't want to hear that. I'm not with the what ifs. I'm not with me. I'm not. That's it. He should have never even caught the ball. You should have had 2 people on him.
Exactly.
Safety over the top.
You know what, Maniac?
Safety over the top.
Hey, that was big, but also a double move call there is really hard. Like that's really hard to deal with.
You got to give Ryan Day credit for having a set between his legs to make that call on 4th and 5.
Shout to him. Yo, listen,
that was a turning point in the game.
Once I saw that, I knew it was a wrap. Even though it was 17.5, that touchdown to me was like, it's a wrap.
I'll be honest though, bro. I don't think they expected them to call a deep shot like that on 4th down.
Exactly my point, man. Exactly.
Like that's a great play call.
Hey, one thing, guys.
No, that was a great play call because the defense was not expecting them to take a deep shot on 4th down.
Richie Dubs.
I called it.
And Doreen and some of the other Ohio State fans that come here all the time that have class. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations to you.
What about me, dog? I thought we were boys.
Yeah. The other one, they got Homer Simpson, man. They only here because they win. For 4 years, they were threatening their wives, slapping their kids for losing for 4 years straight. Now they here, they tough. Oh, we always you. Yo, bro, we pistol whipped y'all for 4 years. The last time you won was in 2019. That was Trump's first term as president. Man, get out of here.
Hey, Maniac. At least Sharon's kids won't need a police escort to school tomorrow.
That's
you know what I mean?
That's a fact. Right. He's not being threatened. Talking about class. Fucking OSU fans talking about.
I hate this shit because like that part of the fan base in particular, they do all kinds of stupid shit and they say all kinds of horrible shit, and then fucking Michigan podcasts get to talk about it. It's like, oh, like look at our Mohawk, and I'm sure they've got fans on their side that are bad too. Everybody has bad fans, but it's just like for some reason like the Ohio State like awful fans got such a loud voice, bro. It fucking sucks.
Class. Stop it, man. Just talk football, you bum asses.
I don't think Michigan fans would care because they all looked at that damn stadium and I thought it was red.
We did take over your stadium.
It was red in there. It was.
Guys, I'm gonna tell you something, and no one. This is I can't deny. No matter where Ohio State plays, there's red in every stadium. Trust me. I give it. They fans come out.
I think the most devious thing that Ryan Day did, to be honest with you guys, if you know, maybe you guys didn't pick up on it, but he pretty much devalued the game in this sense. He pretty much said he pretty much emphasized that this is just a regular game for us now. That's really what he did.
No, I think that was more him trying to like relax himself. That wasn't because the game means less. Everybody knows how much the game means, and for him especially, for him to be as emotional after the game as he was, I think that it's crystal clear why he was doing that, and it wasn't to devalue the game. It was to try to get himself to calm down so he could go out there and be free. But make sure you support the creators. Had a blast doing this. Gonna have more coming out. I'm probably gonna drop this one first, then another one tomorrow, and another one the next day. Gonna keep the content rolling as we're on the road to 5K. We do it with your help. Appreciate you guys, and Dead Airheads out. It's a big homage.